Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for this timely hearing based on this DOL ruling. Obviously, all of us believe saving for retirement is crucial for American families, and access to professional financial advice should not be hindered by burdensome overregulation. However, the Biden Department of Labor's recently proposed fiduciary rule is nothing more than a recycled Obama-era disaster. It does more harm than good to the very people it is claiming to protect, and that's American retirees and savers. We don't just have anecdotal evidence that this will lead to decreased access to financial advice for Americans, but actual data is shown by an almost identical rule issued by DOL in 2016 before the Fifth Circuit vacated the rule in its entirety in 2018. A Deloitte study shows that the 2016 rule limited or eliminated financial advice to 10.2 million accounts. Both sides of the aisle urged DOL not to reduce access as expressed in a 2015 letter from 96 House Democrats and a 2023 letter from Senate Democrats showing their concern. This is precisely why I plan to introduce a Congressional Review Act joint resolution of disapproval on the DOL's fiduciary rule as soon as it's finalized and transmitted to Congress. Commissioner Ullman, Congress passed Secure 2.0 to encourage retirement savings. Could you outline how DOL's fiduciary proposal could have the opposite result? And that is, do you think the proposal will decrease access to retirement savings like the 2016 rule did? And please explain.
Yes, Representative, yes, I do fear this regulation will have the opposite effect of the intent of the Secure Act. The numbers show that between now and 2027, 4.1 million Americans will be turning 65 every year. That's 11,200 a day. The median household for earners here in the U.S. is 63,000. It's important to know that the median income among annuity owners is 76,000. So these are products that really are targeted to provide retirement security for individuals that are not wealthy. These are middle class and lower middle class individuals that are planning for their future. So yes, it is our view. In fact, we took those issues into consideration as we looked and studied whether a fiduciary-only approach makes any sense at all. So we do view that we are interested in working with you to try to advance that, closing that retirement gap, and we believe that the DOL's rule is going in the opposite direction.
Yeah, we don't need to discourage it. Mr. Roberts, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit Court, which Mr. Wahlberg brought up, vacated the 2016 fiduciary rule. The court explained that under ERISA, fiduciary status may only be imposed when there is a special relationship of trust and confidence. How does the current fiduciary proposal address this issue, and does the fiduciary's proposal approach comply with the Fifth Circuit's decision?
How the Department of Labor's current proposal could possibly be consistent with the Fifth Circuit's ruling on the prior proposal is a real head scratcher. I do not see it. The Fifth Circuit said very clearly, that when Congress enacted ERISA, it did not intend to impose fiduciary standards on persons like stockbrokers or insurance agents who are professional salespeople. It distinguished the conduct standards applicable to salespeople from the conduct standards applicable to fiduciaries, like trustees. Trustees are what they were talking about, and folks who function like trustees who are in a relationship of trust and confidence. So I see absolutely no consistency between this current proposal and the Fifth Circuit's rule.
Mr. Berkowitz, obviously this is in contrast with SEC regulation, best interest, and NAIC interest standards. I mean, who would stand to benefit or profit from this rule? I mean, we're looking at more litigation, trial lawyers. What's the deal here?
Well, look, and thank you for that question, Congressman. I think that the intent here, we want to assume the best of intentions from the department, but in reality, it is the consumer who will suffer the most. Who will benefit? That remains to be seen, but I can assure you that it will not be the consumer.
Yeah, gotcha. Great. I yield back, Mr.